new studio, but I mean, we actually started up 8 years ago, and that's how long these things take from an animation point of view. And Sarah Smith came with this crazy idea of starting up an animation studio that could rival the greats in the States, and that's what we set about to do. And you know, it was so proud to show the world our first movie, because we do feel it takes its place amongst the best.
David Burrows is one of Locksmith's editors that has been brought over from the US. He's worked on films such as Happy Feet, Moulin Rouge and The Avengers. And he's been talking us through the process of putting Ron's Gone Wrong together in the UK.
Editing an animated film is almost like making a film backwards. In a live-action movie, you get the footage first and then you cut it together. But on animation, you only get the shots at the end. And so it's our job to create the basis for the movie to get made. So you do storyboards, and you do voice, and you do music, temp music, and you build it up until you're happy with the movie, and then you sort of pass it on to the next department. So in a funny way, you only get the shots that you would need to cut at the very, very end.
You almost see the movie first before anyone else, in a way.
That's absolutely right, yeah. And by doing this, we determine the pace of the movie, the takes of each actor that we want to use, the camera, everything about it really, so that when it gets into the very expensive part of production, all those decisions have been made.
And some of those decisions go to the guys in charge of visual effects.
I've been working with our development team and our look development team, working on certain technologies that allow us to kind of expand our reach on this side of the fence, as it were, to figure out what we want to do in the movie and how we want to build sets and how we want to move around and shoot them. So we've been looking at some technologies which I can show you here, where we're what we call virtual scouting, where we build an early version of the set that's probably not quite the finished version that you'll see in the film, but enough for us to kind of see where the problems are and see how it'll shoot. Once we've got it into the virtual space, it just allows us to, you know, physically react to the space.
Could I have a go?
Yeah, absolutely.
I do feel at the moment as if I am directly in this world.
But the great thing is you can see now how you can react to that set. If I put a director in there or a designer,
yeah,
they can kind of look at it in a more intuitive way and find out what they want to change about that. So it is very much like putting everybody onto a live action set.
Locksmith Animation are only 8 years old, but they're getting their first feature film out of the gate, and it is a corker. They've got talent from all over Europe, from the US, all coming to their London hub, and they want to create a punch internationally.
Having spent 10 years in the CG industry in the US and seeing all of the wonderful British and European talent that was there that wanted to work closer to home, it really wasn't scary. When they shared this idea with me, it was like, how does that not already exist? Such a huge opportunity to work with not just British and European talent, but global talent to make films for a global audience.